The gap is our mental space between our current achievements and our future goals. This is an important thing to look at because this oftentimes is how we measure how we're doing. We measure our accomplishments not by the accomplishments themselves, but where we think ideally we should be. Does that make sense? It's demotivating. And it puts us in the place where we're never going to get our act together because we're constantly comparing ourselves to someone else. We're constantly looking at what we think and where we think we should be. And we find ourselves in the place of not only the comparison mode, which you know what comparison leads to, right? It's the thief of all joy. But it also is incredibly demotivating, and it makes us feel like we are not enough, that we are less than, and that there's something wrong with us. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Not at all. Especially if you're a woman of a certain age and this has been the way that you have measured yourself for your whole life. It's time to give that crap up, okay? And the way to do it is to understand that you are not that gap, and that where you are now and where you want to go is merely the action of building a bridge. And we build that bridge by doing the different actions, making the smaller goals, making the affirmations, just taking it one little brick at a time as we create that bridge. I'm going to tell you right now that we have this idea that we need to quantum leap, quantum jump, do all these quantum things, and it's just a matter of being consistent on a daily basis, of doing the smallest things, the smallest habits, showing up for yourself at the gym, for example, or increasing your protein just a little bit more, or deciding that the negative attitude that you have about yourself and about your progress and about whatever it is just needs to go because it doesn't make you feel good. What if, instead of measuring ourselves in this gap, what if we instead looked at ourselves with the eyes of a mother? How would you look at your child? How would you love that child? Can't we have the same kind of grace for ourselves and stop measuring ourselves against the ideals and start looking at ourselves a little bit more graciously? I believe if we did this and applied just the smallest amount of consistency to the things that it is that we want to do, and giving ourselves grace when we don't always do it, because on this side of glory, we're not going to see perfect, but we can be excellent. And we can be excellent by understanding that it takes just a little bit of something every single day. That's it. That's how we get out of the gap and start building that bridge. I hope that was helpful.